Hey, what's up, everybody? You know what time it is. Anyways, it's time for me to talk a little stuff about, this and that and boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm talking about? I always wear big clothes. I don't think I'm some big heavyweight. I mean, I'm kind of a big guy, but I always wear bigger clothes. I'm a gangster, so you already know, or former gangster, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, the topic of discussion, since I am going through the courts and I gave my story yesterday why I'm going through the courts. We're going to talk about police misconduct. Yes, that's what we're going to talk about, and it's going on. It's a fad right now that has gone through this whole country, and it's sad. It's very, very, very sad that these men and women go around here and they just like bullying people. Like, it's crazy. And not only do they just bully people, but they bully minorities and people who are poor. And the thing about it is, half these guys are from, like, well, I'm from Toledo, so half these guys are from like suburban area, Midwest Ohio suburbia, in my point of view and stuff like that. But police misconduct is a very real institution in this country right now, and it really needs to be stopped. It really needs to be stopped. There's great guys doing big numbers in prison because of police misconduct, or the police just want to get him out the way, or whatever. Like, there's a lot of guys doing. There's like Larry Hoover. Somebody that I well respect. I mean, I was a part of that fad, if you want to call it that, like the gang banging stuff. I was a part of that. And it's even to this day, I respect Larry Hoover as I would do anything for Larry. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know Larry personally, but I was a part of that thing that he created called Folks. And, anyways, that's besides the point. The point I'm getting to is this: police brutality was crazy in this country. I watched a thing on the video of a dude um running from the cops, and the cops told him to drop his weapon. He went to drop it. He pulled his weapon out of his waistband and went to drop it, and they unloaded on him. Took his life right there in front of everybody, right on LaGrange and Hudson, right in the same neighborhood I grew up in. Right there, the police just shot and killed this kid in cold blood. And they are trying to justify it, or they've been trying to justify it, or they're trying to justify it. I watched the video myself. He was reaching for his gun because they told him, drop your weapon. He went to drop his weapon. He went to grab his weapon and drop his weapon, and they killed this guy. They flat out, straight up pieced him. I mean, he just pow, 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 just like that. Just like that. I don't care who dude or what dude was. There's laws in this country that protect people from stuff like that. There's laws and there's rules in this country that protect people from a lot of things. I went to a grocery store one night, and I'm kind of a radical as I'm getting older in age, a little bit, when it comes to that situation with the police. And I believe a lot in karma and things like that. However, I went to a grocery store, Ohio. I went to the store. It was late at night. like I said, I believe in karma, and I've been talking about this stuff and activating this stuff, being an activist for many many years. Even when I was committing crimes back in the day, I had I voiced my opinion, and maybe sometimes that wasn't the wisest decision to do. As far as you're gonna voice your opinion to a cop, and you're over here hustling or whatever, or banging. But it was kind of like, I was always against them. I always looked at them like they wasn't shit without each other, like hoes for real. But see, I'm not even gonna disrespect them like that because they'll come and kill me, and that's the way I feel about it. Like I said, they got me framed up on some court shit right now that I'm took all my money. Now I've got a lawyer that I'm gonna have to pay and probably pay for a long time. Thing about it is I'm studying to be a paralegal, so maybe I'll be able to work that out in payments. The thing about it is police brutality, man. Police misconduct. I asked this cop, he was a sergeant. I said, hey man, let me ask you a question. You believe in God? This is a simple question, yes or no. And I was like, well, if you do, what is so what you read? I don't believe in the same God. Which I'm not gonna get off in that. I'm Hare Krishna, but my religion really doesn't matter to nobody right at this point. Um, anyways, so he reaches in my pockets and he goes, "What do you got in your pockets? What do you got in your pockets?" But Forrest on an affirmative, like an affirmative voice, like aggressive, not passive aggressive, but aggressive. And I jumped back. I said, "Hey, whoa, buddy, you can't reach in my pockets like that. That's kind of a violation of my Fourth Amendment rights. I'm not committing a crime. There's no kind of crime I'm trying to be." Anyways, I asked him for his badge number and his name. Well, I ended up going to jail that night. And I went to court. My lawyer, my family lawyer's like, "You got to plead to this." I said, "Plead to what? What did I do wrong? Can you please tell me what I did wrong and I'll plead to it?" Well, I ended up pleading to it anyways. Without my lawyer's assistance, I fired him on the spot. I told the prosecutor to shut the fuck up, and I looked at the judge. I said, "Look, can I speak?" And the judge was like, "Go ahead." I said, "Look, man, this don't have nothing to do with drugs. Anyways, the only criminal here was your officer or your sergeant, not me." And he said, "Well, then, Mr. Holt, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a plea deal with me and you, unless you want to take it to trial." I said, "No, we'll make a plea deal," because I wanted to get it over. I was on paper at the time and all kinds of other bullshit. So I looked at the judge. I said, "Hey, so what you want to do?" And he was like, "This is what we're gonna say. This is what me and you can agree on right now. If we can agree on this and it's over, and however long it takes you to get an assessment." He said, "You get an assessment. I don't care if you get an assessment from a drug doctor or a back doctor or a psychiatrist. I don't care where you get the assessment. Go to a doctor and get me an assessment. And if they say you don't need treatment, then you don't need treatment." Went to a doctor. Went to a doctor at Unison. The doctor told me, she was like, "You're perfectly fine. There ain't nothing wrong with you. You don't have no anger issues, nothing. No drug problems, nothing." So I walked out of there, went straight to the PO's office and was like, "Hey, look, man, this is it. Boom, I'm off." And that was the end of it. Oh, so he can cover up his bullshit that he did, because that's what it was. The judge was trying to cover up his bullshit and expose my bullshit because I was on paper, hoping maybe I get violated or something, which wasn't the case, and they was kind of pissed off about that. But oh fucking well. And a short time after that, I started getting harassed more and more. After the guy came to my house October 2nd, but this is all a paper trail of the police misconduct and how to notice police misconduct and what to do in case of police misconduct. Well, I'll tell you this, and I gotta go. When it comes to police misconduct, it don't matter whether you got a public defender or a paid lawyer. Know your laws, know your constitutions, because no matter what happens, them attorneys are best friends with them prosecutors and them judges and all that other attorneys and all that shit. They got a group among their own, and they're conspiring. They're conspiring the demise of the American people. Maybe not the demise as into the death toll and the gallows pole and all that. Financially, they want everything you got. It starts with the police. They take your drug money or your robbery money or whatever. It might not even be drug money, but they took it anyways. And then it goes to the judge or the lawyer. You pay the lawyer off. The lawyer, or if it's a DUI or some dumb shit, and they don't get no money, they don't take no money. They still are getting paid a fat hourly wage, and they're also on some shit as far as like bonuses and promotions. Well, I'm here to tell you, man, the next is the lawyer. You pay the lawyer off. Once you pay the lawyer off, the lawyer gives the judge a cut. When the judge gets his or her cut, when they convict you of a crime in felony court, they commit you of a felony. They convict you. They get a nice little kickback from the Fortune 500 companies because you know what it's called? You know what it's called, everybody? It's called slave labor. See, because we're already all slaves. Financially, we're all slaves. It says you work in this country, you're a slave. I don't care. You're a slave. However, when you get to prison, you become a slave for 30 cents an hour instead of $30 an hour. And if we didn't pay their taxes, I wouldn't call us slaves. You got to understand where I'm coming from here. I own a house. I own my own house. It's paid for. My mom and stepdad paid for this house and then inherited it to me, which I thank them every day for that. But listen to me, though, when I tell you this. In order for me to keep that house, it's all paid up. In order for me to keep that house, I have to pay the property tax. If I don't pay the property tax, they foreclose. So we are slaves. Bless all you people, man. Like, I really thank you for checking me out. Like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think. Peace.